What's going on, YouTubers, and welcome to another episode here of the coaching carousel of Matt Marvel here with the Memphis Tigers, as we are in week 9 and we are here in Charlotte, North Carolina, taking on the Charlotte 49ers. And this will be the first time we've actually faced them here in this series, as the Charlotte 49ers currently right now are 4-2 overall, but in conference play right now they are 3-0. So we've got the battle of the undefeateds here, looking to see if we can try to, of course, snatch a win from them here this week, as we've been on a bit on a roll as of late. 7 games to be exact. Looking for number 8, as we're currently ranked 7th in the nation. And take a look at the 49ers here. They got a pretty decent offense. They got kind of a middle road offense and kind of a middle road defense. And as you take a look at here, they defeated Army just last week, as we'll see here, 35-31 in their previous matchup. Of course, Army's been getting beat around here. They got beat by us, and of course they got beat by UTSA. If you remember from the last video there, I talked about the previous week of that video. They also got beat. So there you see UTSA, Memphis, and us all sitting there with a nice little record. So they're 1, 2, and 3. And of course, there you see we have dropped down 2 spots from number 5 from the previous week in the top 25 here, as you take a look at some of the teams around the nation. Hopefully your favorite team is in the top 25. Hopefully you're liking seeing where they're at. And of course, here are some of the player teams that excuse me, that did not make the list here, as we take a look here at LSU. They're in the 25 spot. And of course, the Heisman Trophy race, Witherspoon recently just got told that he's part of the race right now. A lot of people are talking about him. Of course, he is a true freshman, and I think it'll be just a little too soon for him to kind of be in that talk right now. But as you take a look here, 4-star athlete from Alabama, 222 pounds, 6 foot. He's been putting up some really good numbers here in the last couple, for the most part, for the whole season here. A lot of teams cannot figure him out, and a lot of defense coordinators are really seeing him as their nightmare, as he has 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 9 sacks, and he's completed 75% of his passes. He's already getting close to 2,000 yards here for the season. I believe he could probably get to 3,000 if he really pushes it. But I know Coach Marvel says, hey, he's going to take his time. We're going to develop him as much as we can, and just let him play. Let him play what he's accustomed to. But at the same time, we're going to get him, make sure he's most importantly just taking care of the offense by ball security, as well as read the defense. And of course, Banks is his guy that he's been throwing to a lot here as of late. And of course, Banks has been having a pretty good season himself here. As you take a look at his quickness, route running needs a little more work. And of course, the looseness is really great. He's really just able to just get to really maneuver himself around, and the agility he has on the field with those the speed that he does have there. It's been really helpful for us and for himself here on this team. Max Brown is the quarterback here for the 49ers. As you take a look at his numbers here, he's 83 overall quarterback, and there you see his elusiveness is very very excellent. Of course, there you see his accuracy there, and looks like his throwing on the run is pretty good, as well as his awareness and play action there, so he knows what he's doing on the field, but he's kind of capped and limited to that. And there you see so far here, 1,626 yards, 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's been sacked 8 times, and he's completed 67% of his passes. And of course, the man that's back there in the backfield for him is Kelman, his elusive back, 2-star athlete from Clinton, Maryland, and he is gonna do or have the duties here to run of the backfield here for him. He got good quickness there, so he's definitely going to be a guy that we're if defense cannot keep him in check, he's going to definitely, he's definitely going to have a day running all over us. So we got to make sure we are able to keep him at bay and make sure. So far, he hasn't really a big game, or he's had a couple, maybe one big game so far, but for the most part here, he's been kind of limited. 311 yards and only 2 rushing touchdowns for the season. Colin Weber is his another target, his big target he's been throwing to as of late as here in the last couple of weeks. And there you see his route running, hands, of course, power and quickness. And he's a big boy there. He's able to just come up with the football there when he wants to, or if it gets in his realm, and bring it down and make some pretty decent catches. He's a possession tendency there. Hopkins, Michigan, as he is 6'4", 261 pounds. So he is definitely going to be towering over a lot of guys out there. And he, like I said, a nice, big, huge target that the 49ers can throw to. And then you see Dwayne Thomas Jr. He's out for 5 weeks with a hamstring tear. Now, if he was out here, we would definitely be having a track meet with him. He has great speed. He's got great route running ability, as well as elusiveness as well. So we're lucky that he is not out here this week. He'll be out for 5 weeks with that, like I said, hamstring. So we're kind of counting our blessings here that we don't have to deal with him this week when it comes to the passing game here. Only 141 yards. He's a junior compared to last year. He almost came just short of 100 and some odd yards of being a 1,000-yard receiver. He had 9 touchdowns. He only has 1, so he's been having a slow start. But like I said, he's been hurt for quite some time now. And then Demon Clowney, young man there, one of their defensive ends. And there you see 86 overall. He is going to be a guy defensively that we just going to have to do our best to avoid here. He's a terrorizer on that field. As you take a look at his power moves, of course his finesse moves, and of course he's got great quickness for his size as a DN. So he is definitely going to be a speed rusher that's going to be very dominant, and if anything, he's going to be swimming, ripping, tearing through that line to get to our quarterback or to our halfback. And there you see, like I said, Dwayne Thomas there, that hamstring, he's out for 5 weeks. That's the only injury they have on the team right now. And like I said, 4-2 record. They've had their fair shares of ups and downs here. This week they would like to, of course, pick up a win here against one of the top 10 teams in the nation. As we'll see a run there coming up short there for us, as we'll see a 2nd and 6 coming up. Ball's at the 31-yard line, and Sutton Smith there will, of course, run this one as he'll get a few yards in that carry. 3rd and 2 coming up here. This is kind of a sparse crowd out here for the 49ers. As like I said, their season hasn't been the greatest, but they've had some pretty decent games. Like I said last week against Army with a nice victory there. So we'll see here. Of course, our game plan here this week is that the 49ers are kind of a bottom half in the defending the passing game. So we're going to try to run the ball when we can, but of course we're a run-first team. At least what Coach Marvel is. He's a run-first team, and then of course start opening a playbook here, especially with a quarterback like we have right now. If we can, get the right plays out there and get these defensive players wear down here, especially with the run, the passing game should just come, will just come up naturally, and we'll see some pretty good plays here from our guys. We'll see a pass underneath the coverage there to Banks, as he'll get a few yards there on that carry. But yeah, they are, I believe, offensively they are 4th in points. They can score points, and here, at least in the American Conference, they are 4th. Was passed there. That's going to be completed. Great job there as our receiver there trying to stiff arm there. But yeah, they score about 27.7 points a game. Of course, we score a little over 30. But yeah, they're been kind of in the bottom half when it comes to defending the pass. So I want to kind of expose that here today, and we'll try to do our best here. And of course, we got to be very cautious. Just because they're the bottom half doesn't mean that today will be the day that they don't want to defend the pass. So we have to be very cautious and make sure we call the right plays and get down the field here. And of course, more importantly, just be able to read the defense and understand what's going on. As we'll see the ball now at the 5-yard line after a great, nice little carry there from Smith. As we'll see a drop back here from Witherspoon. He's going to pass this one there, and that's off the corner there, and that's going to be a catch there to Harris. Touchdown, Tigers. Harris, I don't know how he got that, but he was covered by 2 men, able to keep his foot in bounds and gets the catch here. We'll see how he did it, as we'll see a replay here And look at this. Like I said, he's been covered by 2 guys, and oh, wow. He is able to hold on to that football and come down with it and gets the first touchdown of the game. 7-0 here as we're on the second drive. As we'll see a 1st and 10 here. Hand off to Lee as he's getting a few more snaps now here. And we're feeling a little more comfortable with him in the backfield there. And he does a pretty good job there, especially on those 3rd downs as well when we need to convert on short yardage there. 2nd and 5 coming up as Smith here gets a nice block there. That's going to go up the middle as he's going to cross the 50. He's going to be at the 45-yard line of Charlotte as they get a new set of downs here. As Witherspoon in the shotgun position here. Looks like I imagine there'll probably be some kind of run. Yes, it is. It's going to be Sutton Smith again who gets another carry there, and that's going to be a gain of 9 on that attempt. As now we'll see Witherspoon here. Of course, he's taking his time here. Under 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Pass up the middle there. That's going to be caught, and it's going to be a nice reception. And that's going to get us a 1st down there. So now across inside the 30 here in Charlotte 49er territory. Witherspoon again drops back in the pocket. Caught, and that's going to be a nice reception for about a yard or 2. So not bad at all, but of course we'd like to see more. 2nd and 9 coming up as we're on the 49ers 25-yard line. Drop back here for Witherspoon. Finds his tight end. He's able to get to this one. And it's going to be a catch there for a few yards. 3rd down coming up as we got to try to convert here. As Doyle came up short on that catch. Witherspoon drops back here up the middle. That's going to be completed there by Bussey as he gets the catch there at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10. And you see Witherspoon now over 2,000 yards this season. And great job there from the freshman who's, like I said, from this game 1, since that first snap, has really taken over this team and made this team his own here. And he's doing a great job here leading this squad. We'll see what we can try to do here on this 1st and goal. Of course, last year we were in the college football playoffs there with our quarterback and, of course, several other players as well. We lost a lot of guys here. So we see a touchdown now there by Witherspoon. And a nice job there from him. But with the quarterback issue that we were having, we were trying to figure out who the quarterback was being. Of course, Witherspoon came out of nowhere and decided to sign with us. And when we found out what he can do on the field by looking at his game film there and what he did in spring practice, it's like, wow, this is our guy. This is going to be a guy that can lead us. And, and Coach Marvel believes this kid can definitely bring us back. Maybe not necessarily win a national championship, at least this first year, but at least bring us back to the college football playoffs now, as we now enter the second quarter. It is now 14-7 as Charlotte there gets a touchdown of their own. 3rd and 6 coming up as Witherspoon drops back, throws this one a quick pass there. That's going to be completed by Banks, and that's going to be at the 38-yard line for a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 after the catch. Hand off to Smith, and Smith tried to wrestle his way to a 1st down, and he's going to come up with just a few yards on that carry. So now looking at a 2nd down. Witherspoon here, calling audible here. He doesn't like what he sees from the defense. Drops back here, scrambles off to the right-hand side. Passes this one there. That's going to be completed, as that's going to be just short of the 1st down. So tough break there for us, but it's going to be 3rd and inches here, so this should be manageable here. We should be able to run this one with Smith, and he does. And he's going to go ahead and get us the 1st down as we get a new set of downs here on this drive. So now 1st and 10 coming up here for Witherspoon. As he's moving, look like he's playing air traffic controller here, moving some players around here, giving some space for certain people. And one of those people right there is being Banks. As he'll get a few yards, nice 6-yard reception from him. As we'll see a 2nd down coming up. And of course, this is a manageable 2nd down here. You can pretty much call anything here. I imagine they call a run here. And they are going to do so with Smith, as Smith's going to get that forward progress there. They're going to say it's a first down. So new set of downs here for the Tigers. As the 49ers here having a little trouble getting these guys off the field here. As see a handoff here. This is going to Lee. Lee's going to go right up the middle with no problem at all. As the big tank takes off and gets a huge first down. 1st and 10 coming up. As the ball's on the 21-yard line. Witherspoon here throws this one off to the side there, and that's going to be completed there to Sutton as he gets a few yards there on the play. 3rd down coming up here. We need to convert here. Get this one near the 11-yard line. Drop back here from Witherspoon. Witherspoon here throws this one deep. That's going to go into the end zone, but it's not going to go to one of our guys. It's going to go to a 49er, and that's going to be the interception. And that is interception number 8 for Witherspoon, as he hasn't thrown one for quite some time now. And his first one of the day, hopefully the only one of the day, as that is McGuire Neal, as Neal gets interception. So they don't do anything with that turnover. They're not able to score any points. So 49ers still is trailing here by possession. As we're back out here on the field here on this drive. 2nd and 11 coming up. And of course, we got to make up for what we messed up there with Witherspoon throwing the interception. Witherspoon now throws this one there. That's going to be caught, and the receiver will get a few yards on that reception. So we'll try to see what we'll try to do here on this 3rd and 8. A little bit of a hole right now, as we got 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the far left. Witherspoon here drops back in the pocket. Looks here. He's going to throw this one. Oh, look at this pass here to Bussey. And this is what I'm talking about. In the end zone. Touchdown. Charlotte 49ers. As they find themselves into the end zone here. And a big play there. Nobody was covering Bussey before he was already too late. And a nice job there for him, just standing along down the sidelines here on the right-hand side of your screen. Take a look here. And looks like, and he's like, yep, I got you, bro. Throws a nice spiral pass there deep. And Bussey just grabs this one and goes down the field. Great play, great finish on that drive. And that puts it up now by 2 possessions. As it's now 21-7 with about $1:54 left here in the 2nd quarter. Hand off here, trying to get this one off our 3-yard line. And that's going to take us to our 5. As they pretty much punted us, or at least put us there. Or yeah, or should say punt us there inside our own 10 here. Trying to find our way out of it here after we made a big play there. 3rd and 2 coming up, as we'll see a handoff, and that's going to be completed. As we'll see a few yards there. So now we'll see a 1st and 10 here. New set of downs here for the Tigers offense. Tigers offense, for the most part here, has been doing a great job here. Move the football here, both on the ground. For the most part here, as we see a timeout now being called, and that'll be by the Tigers. Tigers burned their first timeout. We'll see now with under a minute left here. Witherspoon here. Oh, he tried to drop back and throw this one here deep. I think he was trying to find Bussey again, but he gets hit on the throw. It's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 1 now coming up here. You got 5-1 wide. And, oh, you get to hit it again there. Nice job there for the defense. And that's going to be it for the first half. As we go to the second half here, we get to start off with the ball. And we'll see a run here by Witherspoon on a read option. Doesn't do so well there. He gets about a yard on that carry. Second and 9 coming up here. We'll see Lee runs the football here. He's going to try to find the sticks, but they're going to say he is going to be short. So now we're looking at a 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches here, handoff. That's going to go to the left-hand side. Smith's going to get this one, and he's going to be able to get a new set of downs here for us. As we'll have the ball there on our own 41-yard line. 1st and 10. 7:23 left here in the 3rd quarter. Witherspoon here, calling an audible here. Looks like he is not really comfortable with that defense he's looking at right now. Trying to move some guys around. He does. Finds a player under coverage there. And that's going to be Harris, as Harris gets a few yards on that reception. Nice job there, throwing underneath coverage. He's really doing a good job here, not really forcing stuff, with the exception of that interception that we had there in the first half. But so, for the most part here, since the game, was it week 1? He had 4 or 5 interceptions. He is not forcing anything. So now we'll see 1st and 10, handoff again, and play action. As we'll see Witherspoon here, he is looking here, and this is going to go deep, and this one's just going to be out of range, as no one's going to get to that one. So now 2nd down coming up. It's 21-17. Charlotte here starting to creep back. Hand off there to Smith, as Smith is going to get the 1st down. And they're going to place the ball there at the 30. As let's see another play action here. Dropping back for our receiver. So, nice pass there. That's going to get the end zone and touchdown. Great job there getting away from his defender, Hawkins, finding the end zone. Touchdown, as he gets a touchdown here today. That's going to be his 1st of the season, believe it or not. I'm kind of shocked by that. As he's able to get this one there, and he's right there at the 12-yard line. And no one's on him before it's already too late, as he's in the end zone. 28-17 with 3:33 left here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. Ball placed there on 8-yard line. Read option there, and we are not going to get anything on that play there as Witherspoon. That one's read too well there from the defense. Now Witherspoon has the football here. Witherspoon breaking off a tackle, and before he is now going out of bounds there at the 14. 3rd and 4 coming up. As Witherspoon starting to heat up here. And of course, he likes to take those chances there and in the run. As we'll see now here. And we didn't see that player come at us at all. And that's going to force us to punt. As now we'll see a run out or read option there. And we just cannot get out of the backfield there out of that one either. This 49 defense starting to be getting a little smart here. Getting more intelligent now. We're seeing what we're doing. That's, I guess, a good thing there for them, not so much for us. But now we got to start looking for other ways of getting down the field here. 1st and 10, just with 17 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. It's 28-17. And we'll see a pass here. This is going to be completed there. That's going to be Doyle who gets the catch. And that'll be it for, or I should say, that is not Doyle. That is... No, it's not Chisholm either. I can't remember who that exactly is. But nonetheless, that's it for the 3rd quarter. We'll go to the 4th quarter. We'll see if we can slam the doors shut here in this game as we see a 2nd and 2 coming up here. This is going to be Lee bouncing around, and he's going to find his way to the 1st. New set of downs for the Memphis Tigers. Tigers looking very good. And right now here in this game, as we'll see here, a pass up the middle there. Great job there finding Banks, as that's going to get across the 50. Put us there at the 34-yard line in Charlotte territory here. Charlotte, just from the get-go, has not had a good time here stopping us here. They've had, 1 turnover on us. But they didn't even make any points there on that one. And so see another handoff here to Smith again. Smith on the left-hand side, and he's going to get a nice carry there before he stopped at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, or excuse me, 31 coming up, I should say. It should be a manageable 3rd down. I imagine they'll try to run this one here. And yes, they will with Smith. As Smith runs up the middle there, trying to get around the blocks. And he will get enough there for a 10-yard carry for a 1st down. So now 1st and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line. Drop back here. Thrown up the middle. That's going to be caught. And that's going to be a nice reception there for Memphis. As we'll see here. 2nd and 2, or excuse me, 2nd and 3 coming up. Pass up the middle there. That's going to be enough there for Banks to get the 1st down. There we have the 3-yard line here. There are 4 now, or excuse me, there's 5 wide here. Open backfield for Witherspoon, so I imagine they're probably going to try to throw a quick pass here, maybe to Harris, a tight end, or maybe Sanders. But we'll see what they'll try to do here, as there's audibles being called right now. Witherspoon here drops back, throws this one up there. That is going to be caught, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Tigers, as Banks gets a touchdown there. That'll be his 11th of the season, his first of the day. As we've just been going left and right and backwards and forwards here on this defense here, and really putting the smack down here on this Charlotte 49ers team, as we see the replay there. And of course, Banks leading in touchdown receptions now with 11 for the team. 35-24 as Charlotte's able to roar back with another touchdown. Starting to get to the point here. There's not much. This is pretty much not going to really help him too much, as Banks being brought down there quickly, as he will get a huge gain there on that reception. Puts us there at the 37-yard line of the 49ers. 4:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Right now, we just need to be smart here and just run the football. But they're going to go to the pass again here, and we'll see Doyle, who gets that nice catch there, the big boy. Oh, knocking down the defender there. Nice truck there. As Doyle's fired up here. He's going to be placed they're going to be placing him at the 7-yard line. We'll see first and goal coming up here for the Tigers. As we'll see a handoff again. This time it's going to be Lee. Lee stiffs arms a defender before he is finally pushed down at the 3. So now they're looking at trying to get this ball into the end zone here. I imagine they're probably running here with Smith. As they'll hand this one off to him. Smith trying to get a good block there, but just can't get around it. And they're going to look like they're going to mark him somewhere around the 2, maybe 1.5 yard line. So now here on 3rd and goal. Of course, kind of, we want to throw nothing here, but at the same time, you got to make sure you got a good hold to run through, and that time we did not. So they're going to go ahead, and coach is going to allow them to stay on there on the 4th and goal. Ball's still at the 2-yard line here. We'll see a handoff, and we'll see a run up the middle here, and try to get Smith there, but no, we get stopped. So now we'll see here, as we get short fieldage here, there's a quick turnover now by the 49ers. We get the ball there at their 35. As we'll see, Smith runs this one off the corners here. And he is going to be stopped there at the 28 for a 6-yard reception. Great, nice carry there for him. And see Connolly in the backfield here. Handoff. Oh no, play action. Witherspoon here trying to run around here and try to get around the defender. And Witherspoon's going to be knocked down. As this is going to be a 3rd and 3. 2-minute warning out coming up for the Tigers. Of course, we gambled there in that last drive there, trying to go for it. But hey, it is what it is. As we'll see, timeout being called there by the 49ers. 4th and 6 coming up here. They're going to go for it here again. Why not? Pass there, and that's going to be incomplete. No such luck there by Witherspoon. So now with 25 ticks left here, still 35-24 ball game. After 49ers, of course, were in deep in their own side of the field and couldn't do nothing on their drive. They had to put it back to us. Placing this here deep midfield. 21 seconds left here, trying to run this out. And that's going to be a nice carry there, but a timeout being called here by the 49ers. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's their last timeout. Now Smith here on the outside here, trying to get around the defender. And that is going to be your game. Final score, 37-24. Tigers pick up the win. And now makes them now 8-0. 328 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns through the air there for Witherspoon. Of course, so nice. 5, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, did he run? Yeah, I think he run one in, yeah. So, as we take a look here at the scoreboard stats here as we wrap up today's episode. Nice day here for us. Total yards, 531 yards for us. Wow. 400 yards total offense there for Charlotte.
To be honest, there's this game. I think it was another game too. I just kept running the offense. I was not even thinking about it. Of what we're kind of in the zone, which was a good thing. And this was a pretty decent game here. I like this. I like how we did. Of course, there was times we shouldn't have went on fourth down. Should have went ahead and kicked the field goal and just said, okay, we're done. But there you see, 19 of 15 there, 60% at the third down conversion. They were 3 of 12 on third downs. Interception wise, yeah, they got us. They had a +1. They got this on the interception in the end zone. I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, like I say, that one. I was really upset. I thought that he was. He looked like he was out, on outside, like he could catch the ball, but then all of a sudden he dropped in the back behind the defender, and then the defender was right there, and he able to pick it off. So it was my bad read as the user there. But Witherspoon, okay, so he did. Okay, he did have a rushing touchdown. Okay, I thought he did, but of course, yeah. Maybe I was thinking because all the yardage we did lose because of the TFLs in the backfield there that they got off of us. Bussy, great day there for him. 4 catches, 111 yards, touchdown. Hawkins, 3 catches for 55. Harris, 2 for 14, a touchdown for him. Banks, 8 for 88, and a touchdown there for him. So, like I said, not a bunch of big numbers there. Receiving wise there, but our guys did a great job there when we needed them help, and they did an excellent job there of just keep laying it thick on the opposing team, their defense there. So, and of course like I said, we did see that they were bad at the defending the pass. That's why we got away with it. Not gonna see too many games like that, or at least not see too many teams that are like that here, especially in this conference. But we took advantage of it and we did a great job. So I'm really proud of the guys there. We move on now to another win, and hopefully that just gets us one step closer to get into the college playoffs and hopefully to a national championship. But Max Brown there, you see 21 of 28, 242, 2 touchdowns. He had his nice day there for him. 75% of passes are completed there for him. Looked like I think we kept him. Yeah, we kept him in check there. He only ran for. He had 10 carries for 24 yards. Tellman had a touchdown, 15 carries for 134. So defense had a little tough time, stopping the run with him. But it looks like that came about in the second half there. Meyer, 6 catches for 87, 2 touchdowns for him. And then pretty much everybody was kind of decent. Austin, 4 catches for 52, no touchdowns. Defensively, Neal had 6 total tackles. He had James had 15 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. Simmons, 12 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. The tackles for loss leaders there: Poles, Simmons, and Clowney, and James. They only had that 1 sack. Of course, Neal had that interception there. And then, of course, you see not too much else there. So, like I said, as long as they didn't score on us defensively, that was great. Alexander Callowell is he's going to sign with us, the young man from Jacksonville, Florida. So that's another signing there for us. And of course, we're going to see how things go. I think in this game, this next episode here, we have a few prospects showing up here. We're currently currently 8th in the nation, so we dropped down down to another spot down on the top 25 here. And we got a nice test here, as we got 2 ranked opponents in the top 25 here. Going to go head to head. You got Eastern Carolina Pirates, who are number 16 in the nation. They're 5-2, 3-0 in conference, and we're back home for this one here. Is Memphis, 8-0 and 4-0 in conference. And we'll see how we do against the Pirates coming up in the next episode. So stay tuned for that here on the channel, as we have a big game here coming up in week 10, and we'll see how well we do here. And of course, hopefully, with these recruits coming up here, we got to win. This is a must win for us. Hopefully we can pull in some more recruits, get them signed, and get a nice, thicker and more detailed and some depth
in our roster for next season. But that's it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy today's matchup here and this episode here, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. And of course, hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on ESGNet. As well as, don't forget, we got our Hot and Scotty series here. And of course, don't forget to check out our second channel over on ESGNet Plus, as we have a Road to Glory series there, as well as the Jacksonville Jaguars Mission Recondition series. And of course, baseball is in play right now. So we got a lot of baseball going on over there on the channel. So definitely go check it out. As we have a nice Mission Recondition series with the Chicago Cubbies. So definitely go check it out, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on the channel. As always, keep yourselves and each other healthy, and I will see you all next time.